Hi everyone, this is Dikshit. Welcome to my channel. In the previous video, I have shown you how to install Node Exporter in another machine. In my case, I have taken CentOS machine. I have installed the Node Exporter there, and then so it will gonna expose an endpoint, and that we have successfully able to scrap the data from that Node Exporter endpoint. So also we have confirmed that when you click on targets, so you will be able to see that particular metrics also. So now our node exporters are set, like endpoints are set. So now we have many queries are there to run. So we will gonna see a few examples, query examples in this video. Okay, so I have a document in the GitHub, which is, I'm gonna put this link in description. So example queries. So this is a wiki page. So when you click on wiki, so this particular repo, and when you click on wiki, so here if you see that there are 7 pages. So now right now in this video I'm gonna use example queries. Okay, so now let's start with scrap duration seconds. So I just need to copy paste this. So to make it simple, so I'll just gonna copy paste all the queries here. Okay, because if I scroll through these things, so there are a lot of queries, right? So that's the reason it will be difficult. Okay, so click on execute. You'll be able to see scrap duration for 3 different endpoints, because I have 3 endpoints, right? Each one record for each endpoint. Okay, so let's say I want only this record, so then I can give this particular filter, and then I can click on execute. I'll be able to get only one. So as you can see here, this is the instance, and this is a job. If you remember in our Prometheus.yml, so there were 2 jobs. One is Prometheus and another one is node exported. Let's say I need records related to node exporters. So then it's very simple. So when you can go here and just let me copy paste this one, and let us take off this instance. So then when I click on execute, so you will be able to see, sorry, not the Prometheus, sorry about that. So again, I'll just go back. So it is, if you want to get the metrics related to a node exporter job, so then you can just take off this instance, and then just click on execute. You'll be able to see the metrics related to node exporter. Okay, so this is one of the simple query. So next we will gonna see the functions and regular expressions. So for that, what I'll do is I'll gonna take one more query. So node CPU underscore seconds total. So when I execute this particular query, so you'll be able to see a lot of records for this particular query, right? So let's say I need only the records which has IRQ in it, like, so in mode is equals to IRQ, or like soft IRQ. So if the mode contains IRQ, so all the records I need. So for that, so what we can use is, like, there is something called as regular expression. By using that, so we can easily get these records out of all these records. Okay, so for that, the query is very simple, mode, and I'm giving equals, and also if you see the dot, and after dot, so I've given a star, so it can be a 0 characters or n number of characters. If it is like only IRQ, even then it will gonna list. If it is soft IRQ, even then it will gonna list out. Star means like it is 0 or n occurrences. Okay, so let me copy paste this query. So let me take off, executed. So I'll be able to get only the records which has IRQ. Okay, so as you can see, so only the records which has IRQ. And there are a couple of other regular expressions also. So I have provided a link here. So when you click here, so you will be redirected to a GitHub page. So this is the regular expressions that you can use it in Prometheus queries. So I'll just keep it very simple. So I'll take only this one example. So if you want to play with the regular expression, go to this page and have a look into all the regular expression. Okay. So the next example is, so we'll take something called as scrap duration. Okay, so let me take scrap duration seconds. underscore seconds. And let me give this one. So when I execute it, as you can see, so I'm able to see the scrap underscore duration underscore second for 3 of my targets. Now let me add one of the filters, instance localhost 9100. When you click on this one, so I'll get only one scrap. Okay, so now let's say, so there is something called as basically, so I was showing, like, sorry, I have just copied this, the same thing. I have it here also. So this is called as instant vector. So when you click on graph, you'll be able to see, like, there are a lot of values, so you'll be able to see here. But when it comes to console, so you're able to see the only one value, right? So let's say I wanted the scrap or whatever the value this has, right, since last 1 minute. So then you can add a filter called this square braces 1 minute. Okay, when I execute it, so you'll be able to see the 4 records. So I mean, basically console gives the last scrap data, but I need it, let's say I need it for last 1 minute. So then I can give 1 minute like this, and then you'll be able to see here. Okay, so as you can see, there is like 15 seconds, every 15 seconds, 77, 92, 07. So every 15 seconds, so it'll gonna my sorry, this will gonna scrap, right? If you remember Prometheus.yml, wherein we have configured every 15 seconds it should scrap the data. So that is what it is doing. Okay, so if you want it for 10 minutes, then you can just give 10 minutes and execute it. It will give a lot of values for you. Okay, so now let's say I don't need it for uh, 15 seconds. It is giving for every 15 seconds, right? I don't need it for 15 seconds. Let's say for 1 minute I need, every 1 minute I need one scrap. So then you can give this colon and 1 minute. So when you execute it, so every 1 minute it will gonna show that scrap a particular record. Okay, so now if you click on this graph, it says like a range vector. Executing query invalid expression type range vector, because this is a range, right? uh, from 0th minute to 10 minutes, I like present minute to the last 10 minutes I need it. So this is a range, correct? So if you give only one, so it will be able to show, but it is a range. You are giving a range of a particular record. So that's the reason it is saying like it is like error executing this particular query. So for this, like we can use functions. So there is concept called as functions in Prometheus also. So I've given a link at the end of the document. So these are all the functions which are available in Prometheus queries. You can use it in Prometheus queries. There are many, so it depends on your requirement, what query you want to use, and depending on your requirement, what output you need. So depending on that, you can use these functions. So in my case, so what I'll do is I'll gonna use something called as a rate. Okay, so if you see, so I'll gonna use this particular function. You can go back to Prometheus document, and if you just search for rate, so as you can see, the calculated, so rate function calculates the per second average rate of the increase of the time series to a range of vector. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's give this particular function rate, and then so if I close this one and I execute the query, so you'll be able to see this output. Okay, so you can see the console as well, so you can see the graph as well. Okay, so this is one of the example, and also there is one more concept. There is something called as subqueries. So before that, we will see one more function. So this is a simple function again. So when you go to this particular query, go to threads, when you click on execute, so you'll be able to see, so 794. Let's say I want to calculate all these, all these records. So then you can just use this particular sum function, sum, and then when you give this braces, so it'll gonna sum everything and it'll give it you. Okay, so now you can see the graph, it has summed and it has given everything. Okay, so now the next example is, so I said, right, there is a concept called as subqueries. So the function you're going to use, right? So then it can be passed into another function as well. So in our case, so we have used something called as so this instance and this particular function, right? So now to see this subquery thing, so I'm gonna take this particular metric. When I execute it, I'll be able to get this particular value. Okay, so then we will see, we will take a read and we will pass a 1 minute. Okay, and then that read we will gonna show, and then I want to pass that onto a style function. Okay, so when I just give this one, we will see the output. Okay, as you can see now it is sailed. So when I click on the graph, so it says like it is shown in the graph. Okay, so that is how like you can pass on your the one function's output onto the next function. Okay, which is always possible. Okay, so this is one of the option in now Prometheus query language. So there are, so depending on your requirement, as I've already mentioned, so you can go to this particular page and you can find detailed explanation about each function. Okay, so that's all about this video. So I wanted to show you simple queries and like a few queries I wanted to execute. So thank you, have a good day.